Now calling the people of the state of Michigan versus Floyd Louis McFall, Police Agency Report Number 12-5926-25. Can I have appearances, please?
Ashley Beltis for the people.
First Assistant Public Defender Clina Anderson with and on behalf of Mr. McFall. Your Honor, waive formal reading, stand mute, and reserve the bond argument.
Okay, thank you. Mr. McFall, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say out loud or in writing can be used against you in court. You have the right to be presumed innocent beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to a trial by judge or by jury. You have the right to be represented by an attorney during all stages of these court proceedings, that is before, during, and after trial. You are not required to disclose citizenship status to the court, but you do have the right to consult with an attorney to see if this case would have any effect on your citizenship status. If that last part doesn't apply to you, don't worry about it. So, any questions about your rights?
No.
Okay, so because this case is considered a felony, you have the right in this matter to a preliminary examination that must be scheduled within the next 21 days. A preliminary examination is a hearing held before a judge where the prosecution must present sufficient testimony and evidence to establish that probable cause exists to believe that a crime was committed and that probable cause exists to believe that you committed the crime. So, it's a hearing to determine whether or not the case is strong enough to go to trial. If the court determines that the case is strong enough, it will be bound over, that is transferred to the circuit court, which is where your actual trial will take place.
Okay.
Prior to the preliminary examination, the court will schedule a probable cause conference. That is a hearing and an opportunity for your attorney to meet with the prosecution to discuss your case for any potential issues or resolutions. Your probable cause conference will be August 28th, 2025. That will be at 9 in the morning in person at the 14A1 District Court in Courtroom C. So 14A1 is the courthouse that's located basically above where you are right now at the jail. Okay. Lastly, the court will set bond. Bond is set in all cases, and the purpose is two things. One is to ensure your appearance at future court dates. The other is for the protection of the public. So can the attorneys address bond, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, the people are requesting no contact with the named victim, Stephen Shamoun, S-H-A-M-O-U-N. That person I understand to be a supervisor or an owner of some kind of the Willis Road Market. We are also requesting a no-go to that location. I have the address if the court needs it, but it is on the bond information form. We're also requesting a no-go to Mr. Shamoun's address in Farmington. That's on Plumbrook Drive. Your Honor, this case is concerning to the people. The defendant is captured on video going to the Willis Road Market, talking to that was where his girlfriend worked, is my understanding, or is where his girlfriend works, talking to other employees, telling them how to do their jobs. Eventually, when being confronted by Mr. Shamoun, the defendant grabbed 2 wine bottles, slammed them down on a counter, cracking the glass countertop. Then when he's told to leave, he throws the wine bottle at Mr. Shamoun, hitting him in the midsection, causing a visible red mark. I am requesting a $5,000 cash or surety bond and those other conditions, as well as a no firearms condition. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, with regards to bond, Mr. McFall doesn't have anything else holding him in custody. I don't see anything assaultive on his record. The only conviction I see is an OWI. He lives in Willis. He works full-time at Doors and Drawers. We did discuss no contact. He does not have any issues with no contact or no go-to. He will abide by all the court's orders and would ask for a personal bond pending the next court date.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the court will set bond with the following conditions. You are not to use or possess alcohol, marijuana, or illegal drugs. You are not to purchase or possess any firearms, ammunition, other dangerous weapons, or the means to create them. Any weapons that you do possess are to be surrendered. You are to report to community corrections by close of business on August 18th. That is Monday. Close of business means 4 p.m. Okay. Community corrections is located basically up the hill from where you are right now at the jail. The building's labeled Re-Entry Center. You'll need $12 and a photo ID. They will test you for drugs and alcohol. Prior to your release, you're to be fitted with a SoberLink device. So that is something that you will take with you. You'll breathe into it a couple times a day. It will test you for alcohol. You are not to leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. You are not to have contact with Stephen Shamoon. When the court says no contact, what the court means is no in-person contact, no contact through the mail, no contact over the computer or phone via phone calls, text messages, emails, social media, the internet in any way, shape, or form, or through third parties. You are not to go to Mr. Shamoon's place of residence, his place of work, specifically the Willis Market, any place he might frequent. When the court says do not go, the court does not care if you own a place, rent a place, or are personally invited to go to a place. Okay, sorry, just a second. The audio went out.
Restarted.
Okay.
Takes a few seconds for it to
Yeah, that's understandable.
test, test. Test, test. We're good.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So, if for some strange reason you are personally invited to go back to the Willis Market, don't. Okay. You are not to engage in any sort of assaultive, threatening, harassing, terrorizing, molesting, or stalking behaviors towards Mr. Shamoon or anyone else. You are not to engage in any sort of criminal activity whatsoever. You are to appear for any and all dates set for you by the court, the next one in this matter being August 28th, that probable cause conference in person. That also means going to community corrections as directed. So, any questions about these conditions?
No,
Okay, you understand all of them?
I believe so.
Okay. They will be entered into the Law Enforcement Information Network. They will be readily accessible to any police officers that you may come into contact with. And if they have probable cause to believe that you have violated one of these conditions, they can arrest you on the spot, and you'll be held for a bond violation hearing in front of a judge who may revoke your bond and set a new, more restrictive one.
Okay.
So, at this time, the court will set a $10,000 personal recognizance bond. So what that means is basically you're not required to post anything to get out. You are promising to appear for your next court date and to abide by all of the bond conditions. If you fail to appear or violate any bond conditions, then a bench warrant could issue for your arrest. Your bond could be revoked entirely. At a minimum, it would start at $10,000.
Okay.
So, any questions about anything I just said?
No.
Okay, anything else from the attorneys?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, then Mr. McFall, you are free to go to the door and tell the jail that you're finished.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
That hearing had a little bit of everything. Magistrate Hillary Braley presided over the arraignment of Floyd Louis McFall, and what began as a straightforward felony arraignment quickly turned into a careful balancing act between public safety and practical release conditions resented by the Public Defender's Office, waived the formal reading, and stood mute to the charge, while Magistrate Braley explained his rights with her usual clarity. Remaining silent, presumption of innocence, trial by jury, and legal counsel at every stage. The prosecutor wasted no time outlining the allegations. McFall allegedly entered the Willis Road Market, confronted employees, grabbed 2 wine bottles, cracked the countertop, and ultimately threw a bottle at the store's supervisor, leaving a visible mark. With video evidence said to back up much of the incident, the prosecutor asked for a $5,000 cash or surety bond, plus strict no-contact and no-go conditions, along with a prohibition on firearms. Defense counsel responded by pointing out McFall's lack of recent assaultive history. His only conviction was an OWI, and emphasized that he lives and works locally, with no objection to a no-contact order. He asked for a personal recognizance bond, arguing McFall could abide by conditions without needing to post cash. Magistrate Braley's ruling reflected both caution and trust. She imposed strict conditions: no alcohol or illegal drugs, surrender of any weapons, drug and alcohol testing through community corrections, and a SoberLink device for daily monitoring. She added comprehensive no-contact provisions with the named victim, clarifying they extended to texts, calls, social media, and even third parties. She also barred McFall from going to the Willis Market or the victim's home, stressing that even a personal invitation would not excuse him from the order. Despite the prosecutor's request for cash bond, Magistrate Braley set a $10,000 personal recognizance bond, meaning McFall would not need to post money up front, but would face stricter consequences if he violated conditions. McFall's demeanor throughout was respectful and subdued. He answered questions directly, showed no resistance to the magistrate's explanations, and accepted the conditions without complaint. The attorneys handled themselves well. The prosecutor was clear and detailed about the allegations, while defense counsel effectively highlighted McFall's stability and lack of violent record. The overall courtroom atmosphere was serious but steady, with the magistrate carefully threading the needle between public safety and fairness, ensuring the bond conditions were strict enough to protect, but flexible enough to allow McFall to work and live responsibly. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.